There's a proliferation of biostimulants and biostimulant companies. The landscape has really changed a lot with hundreds and hundreds of options these days. How do you know what's right for your farm? Do your research and you'll get your answers. This is the Redox Grows Technical Podcast. I'm Jim Morris, and joining me is our corporate agronomist, John Kelly. John, thanks for your time.
Glad to be here.
We have had 3+ decades in the biostimulant arena. The vast majority of the competitors have not. We're going to get to the history of Redox and the exciting future we have, but let's start with a development that is phenomenal. The Fertilizer Institute has recognized Mainstay Calcium 2.0 as a certified biostimulant. I'd like your initial reactions to that, personally, and also what it means for the agriculture industry.
Well, it's an exciting development for sure, and we're very proud to get that certification. Perhaps to add weight to the importance of that, I'll talk a little bit about what the certification means.
Please.
TFI, the Fertilizer Institute, will certify a biostimulant that meets criteria for safety, efficacy, and composition. And of particular interest to growers would be the efficacy component of it. And the Mainstay Calcium 2.0, which I'll take a moment to describe what it is, how it works, where it would be applicable in a moment, has received that biostimulant certification.
It's not an easy certification to get. There's only a handful that have achieved this. And we have a unique product because it not only has the biostimulant and the nutrition. How important is that combination?
Biostimulants are designed to take advantage of natural processes in plants to improve crop performance. Often the limiting factor for this stimulation from these biostimulants is the fact that nutrients are required to perform the key function. And as it turns out, one of the key nutrients that plants require to perform these crop performance functions is plant available calcium.
We have major benefits very well charted for Mainstay Calcium 2.0. Why don't we start with the calcium absorption and how important that is?
Yes, it all goes to formulation, technology, but what really counts is what happens when you apply it to a plant. So if you apply a calcium product designed to enhance calcium performance in the plant, and it cannot get into the plant or cannot be translocated, that's a problem. Well, the research on Mainstay Calcium 2.0 indicates it's very well assimilated, very well translocated throughout the plant to perform the most key calcium functions. That comes from a couple standpoints. The resources you use to make a calcium product also often have elements or components that are contrary to the utilization of calcium. Not the case with the Mainstay Calcium 2.0. What the product is it is a liquid calcium biostimulant product, high in analysis in that it has 20% calcium, has a key biostimulant component to it, and it is formulated using a proprietary process from Redox called microencapsulation, which protects the positive charge of the calcium from undesirable reactions in the spray tank, in the soil, on the surface of the plant, that prevents that positive charge from reacting with other elements that can prevent that from being utilized by the plant.
I wish the weather was perfect, but it's not. In fact, it often is not. Too hot, too cold, too wet, too dry. Plant adaptation to environmental circumstances, that is another key element of this product. Tell me why that's valuable and how important 2.0 is for the process.
Yes, the plant is essentially a factory that takes sunlight energy, water, and carbon dioxide, produces chemical compounds which become the plant. And the limiting factors are often abiotic stress events. Well, as it turns out that metabolically in the plant, calcium can be a key limiting factor because it's responsible for signaling within the plant so the plant can allocate the proper energy resources that lead to crop performance. So we use Mainstay Calcium 2.0 for a variety of benefits in crops. Timing of application, method of application, the proper rate, and so on are very important. And fortunately, we have a lot of experience with the products. We know how to utilize it to improve crop performance.
A key aspect is firmness. This benefits not only the grower, it benefits the consumer, of course. So tell me about how Mainstay Calcium 2.0 helps with firmness of the crop.
And of course, what you were referring to primarily is when we buy fresh fruits and vegetables, we want produce that retains its composition, doesn't break down, doesn't rot as quickly, that has good shelf life. Well, that all comes back to the cell wall itself inside the crop, and one of the key components of that is calcium. So improved calcium content, uptake, assimilation during cell development can lead to those benefits of improved produce quality. But this product has application for other crops where we're not looking for shelf life, anything from wheat to corn and other crops, where we're not necessarily looking for firmness of the crop itself. But again, the timing and the benefit will vary crop by crop, and fortunately we have the experience to know how to do that.
This is a nitrogen-free source of calcium. The importance of that, please.
Well, as when you look at a raw material to start making a calcium product, calcium has a positive charge, so in a stable form, it's going to be associated with something with a negative charge. And so a lot of the formulation starts with a calcium nitrate or calcium chloride or calcium sulfate, something. And often the anion or the negative charge is not something we want in our formulation. So Mainstay Calcium 2.0, we have a unique process where we take calcium carbonate, which in that state is not soluble in water, but we react that, and in the microencapsulation process reacts that with surfactant technology. There's some key biostimulant technology that's introduced in that to enhance the effect of that calcium uptake. So it's very unique in that its stability, low propensity to react, and high assimilation, high translocation within the plant, which means that the use rates are very low. Rates from a quart to a gallon probably represent perhaps 90% of all the applications. So it's high performance, low use rate.
The Redox journey started more than 30 years ago. You've had more than 3 decades experience in all of this. How has this company and your and Darren Moon's understanding grown over the years about what biostimulants can do, and how exciting is this journey?
Well, one of the things I most enjoy is the opportunity to continually learn, to continue that process. And it is absolutely a pleasure to be associated with great people, a diversity of crops, both geographically and the variety of crops themselves, and to constantly be looking for opportunities to take budget dollar and resources and get higher performance from those resources.
Redox is very committed to research, whether that's at the farm level, third parties, contract research organizations. That impresses me. We have a depth and breadth, and I think it's going to bode very well for the future. Speaking of the future, so we have our first certification with Mainstay Calcium 2.0. Your excitement and optimism for future developments like that?
It will be a natural process to bring other certified products to market. And the benefit of that is the confidence that the end user can have, those that are associated with the product, knowing that this is a well-researched product, it is safe, that the composition is going to be consistent. All of those come with that certification process. So it helps the end user as well as those associated with that end user to develop confidence that they can use these products and expect consistent performance.
You hit the nail on the head. That was mentioned early on, that term efficacy, which was a key criteria to get this certification from the Fertilizer Institute. It's a mandatory thing for growers these days. They have a lot of challenges out there. There's a lot of biostimulant products, but the proof is going to be in harvest and how the crop performs. Your excitement and confidence that Redox delivers consistently for growers.
Yes, and part of that comes from just experience, combination of the technology, but also knowing when and where to use different technology. Sometimes there's applications that are not appropriate, and we therefore would not have any expectation of improving the bottom line or performance for the user. And so that's very, very important, is to have the combination of technology and agronomic knowledge to bring that to market to have a consistent benefit.
We just wrapped up a very fulfilling 3 full days of agronomic discussions with our team that has come in from throughout the U.S. So we not only invest in the technology, but we invest in the people that are providing that information to the growers, and I think that could provide a lot of assurance moving forward. It certainly led to many success stories along the way. John, really appreciate your time.
Very, very happy to participate.
Yeah, that's great. And we sure appreciate you finding out more about this exciting development with certification of Mainstay Calcium 2.0. Thanks for joining us.